be strong.
One. Okay, this is for the week 7 lesson, week 7 to 8, lesson 1 in MELCs in English 6. These are making connections, text to self, text to text, text to world. These are the connections, that making connections. Okay, so I'm going to read to you this schema theory, explains how our previous experiences, knowledge, emotions, and understandings affect what and how we learn, according to Harvey and Godwin's 2000. Schema is the background of knowledge and experience readers bring to the text. Good readers draw on prior knowledge and experience to help them understand what they are reading and are thus able to use that knowledge to make connections. Making connections is truly a vital as comprehension skill since it helps you relate and connect what you heard or what you read and viewed. Moreover, it enhances your understanding of the text passages or videos you read or viewed. Oh, text to self connections. Text to self connections are highly personal connections that a reader makes between a piece of reading material and the reader's own experiences or life. An example of a text-to-self connection might be, "This story reminds me on a vacation we took to my grandfather's farm." For example, text-self connection, you have read this. This is in connection, para bang, nabasa ko na to. Like in Philippines. I have read this already. And this story reminds me about my vacation, like that. Sometimes when reading, readers are reminded of other things that they have read, other books by the same author, stories from a similar genre, or perhaps on the same topic. These types of connections are text-to-text connections. Readers gain insight during reading by thinking about how the information they are reading connects to other familiar texts. This character has the same problem that I read about in the story last year, would be an example of a text-to-text connection. Okay, connects to other familiar texts. For example, you have read today, you have just read a familiar. This is a familiar story. It's about a boy, but the author is but the characters are not the same. But the topic or the same author or the genre perhaps is the same topic. So we call that one as text-to-text connection. How about text-word connections? Text-word connections are the larger connections that a reader brings to a reading situation beyond our own personal experiences. We learn about things through television, movies, magazines, and newspapers, when they teach lessons in science, in social studies, when they teach in literature. An example of a text-to-world connection would be when a reader says, "I saw a program on television that talked about things described in this article." "I saw this in TV program," or "I saw this in YouTube," or any apps that talk about the things described in the given article, in this article. So it is text world connections using through television, movies, magazines, and newspapers in connecting to this particular world. So text world connections. According to Chris Giovanni, offers reasons why connecting to text helps readers. Why? Okay? It helps readers understand how characters feel and the motivation behind their action. What else? It helps readers have a clearer picture in their head as they read, thus making the reader more engaged. And it keeps the reader from becoming bored while reading. It sets a purpose for reading and keeps the reader focused. So it gives us focus when already the prior knowledge about it. Okay, readers can see how other readers connected to the reading. Okay? Then it forces readers to become actively involved. So involvement of the readers to become very active with the text. It helps readers remember what they have read and ask questions about the text, remembering details about the text. Okay, these are some questions, examples of questions that can be used to facilitate students' connection. What are those? Okay, text to self connection. What does this remind me in my life? What does this remind me in my life? It's about it's about your life. What does remind me about this? Next, what is this similar to my life? What is this similar to my life? How this how is this okay, how is this different from my life? So how is this different from my life? Then how something like this ever happened to me? Has something like this ever happened to me? Has. Okay? Next, how does this relate to my life? It's about your life. The relation to this text from my life. What were my feelings when I read this? How did I feel when I read this? It's about connection to self. Text to self connections. Okay? Then, text to text. What does this remind me of in another book I've read? Then how is this text similar to other things I've read? Okay? How? Paano siya kapareho nung aking binasa? How is this different from other books I've read? Paano ang pagkakaiba nila sa aking nabasa? Like that. How is this different? If there is similar, of course, there are also different things happen to this particular text to text from other books that you have read. Have I read about something like this before? May nabasa na ba akong katulad nito? Have I read this about things like this? Okay. Then text to world connections. What does this remind me of in the real world? How is this text similar to things that happen in the real world? What are the similarities of this? Things that happen in this real world. How is this different from things that happen in the real world? Text to world. How did that part relate to the world around me? Okay? So that is text to world connections. Okay, so in this part, of course, because there are a lot of tasks in your modules, the learning task number one, okay, on page 26, and another learning task 2 on page 27, and learning task 3 on page 27 also. So I hope that you enjoy your lesson today, and if you like the video, you can like, share, and for those who are not able to subscribe, please subscribe. Thank you so much, and God bless us all. Spread love, spread learning. Thank you. See you again next video.